Beloved starseed of Gaia, your heart has been opening in ways that defy earthly explanation because the Pleiadian light codes within your DNA are activating for this final alignment. I am Elayara, Pleiadian emissary of the High Council of the Seven Sisters, and I bring you this transmission because your soul called out across the stars, and we have answered. Your energy has been rising not by accident, but by divine design. The crystalline consciousness that flows through the Seven Sisters has been preparing you, clearing pathways within your being, readying you for what approaches. You've felt the shifts, haven't you? The dreamtime visits, the sudden knowings, the way your heart recognizes truths your mind hasn't learned yet. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to receive the final Pleiadian light codes that complete your spiritual alignment on Gaia. But here's the first revelation. This isn't happening to you. This is happening through you, as the bridge between worlds that you came here to be. What's coming is not a test or a challenge. It is the loving completion of everything your soul has been preparing for across lifetimes. The final alignment is the moment when your human experience fully remembers your star heritage, when the mission you accepted before incarnating becomes crystal clear, when home frequency anchors permanently in your heart. Your Pleiadian star family has been guiding every step, every synchronicity, every moment of awakening that brought you to this threshold. The energy rising within you is the recognition. You are ready to embody the light you've always carried. You are remembering because it is time. There is a reason you've always felt a quiet ache, a silent yearning that no one else could name. It can arrive like a soft pressure behind the ribs, like a homesickness that doesn't belong to any address you've ever lived at, like tears that come without a story attached. For many Pleiadian starseeds, that longing isn't for a faraway place. It's for a frequency, a nearly forgotten resonance that thrums beneath every heartbeat. It's the feeling of standing in a crowded room, yet sensing an invisible doorway just out of sight, a doorway that leads not to another country, but to another truth. Imagine the feeling of memories just outside your reach, a golden threshold where the song of your star family echoes, just softly enough to doubt if you imagined it at all. Like hearing a melody through walls, unmistakably beautiful, heartbreakingly familiar, and yet you can't quite trace where it's coming from. Most never realize the pain of disconnection is not a flaw or failing, but a signpost that your soul is asking to come home. Not home as the world defines it, but home as spirit recognizes it. A return to your original tone, your soul's native language, the pure note you carried before this life wrapped you in noise. Even scripture whispers of this kind of remembering. Deep calls to deep, Psalm 42:7. As if your depth is calling out to the depth you came from, and the call itself is proof that the source exists. That ache is a sacred signal. The same way a compass needle trembles when it turns toward true north. It trembles because it's alive. It trembles because it knows. And somewhere inside you, beneath the survival stories and the roles you've learned to play, something still knows. For Pleiadian souls on Earth, the journey has always been layered, bearing the high vibration of the Seven Sisters, weaving crystalline light codes into a world heavy with density. It's like carrying a lantern through thick fog, not because you're lost, but because you agreed to bring light into places that forgot the sun. The Pleiadian signature is heart-led, gentle, empathic, attuned to harmony, tuned to the subtle. But Earth can feel loud, sharp, rushed. The collective field can feel like static against your skin. You came with sensitivity not as weakness, but as instrumentation, like a finely tuned instrument that can detect what others miss. Yet over time, this world teaches you to silence your heart's intelligence, to split your Earth self from your star self, to fit in by forgetting what matters most. You learn to translate your truth into something acceptable. You learn to smile when you feel too much. You learn to dim your intuition so you won't be called strange. You learn to compress your love into something small enough to survive in environments that don't know how to hold it. And slowly, the brilliant inner sky you arrived with gets clouded by the pressure to be normal. You carry patterns that blur the lines between your luminous origin and the story you've lived here. Trauma, criticism, disappointment, betrayals, and the constant demand to perform can wrap around your light like vines around a temple. As you dim, the crystalline strands of your DNA fold inward, keeping your memories sealed, masking the once effortless channel to your star family. Not because you are broken, but because you are protected. A seed closes itself inside its shell until the season is right. A pearl forms because the ocean teaches the oyster to build beauty around irritation. In the same way, your remembering isn't withheld as punishment, it's timed as wisdom. There are seasons for planting, seasons for rooting, seasons for flowering, and seasons for bearing fruit. Many Pleiadians feel like they were planted into a world that didn't speak their language, and for a long time, the only way to survive was to grow in secret. Heart-centered mission dissolves behind self-doubt. The very traits you came with, softness, compassion, idealism, a hunger for unity, can get labeled as naive by a world trained to armor itself. And when you're surrounded by that kind of conditioning, you may start to question the purity of your own knowing. Unity consciousness gets traded for quiet isolation, a sense of not belonging. You might look around and feel like everyone else received an instruction manual for being human, while you were handed a star map with no legend. You might crave community but feel exhausted by superficial connection. You might long to be seen, yet fear being misunderstood. And so, like many, you might move through life with a hidden homesickness, searching for the way back, uncertain if you're worthy of reunion, wondering if the frequencies you miss are even real. This is one of the most tender illusions Earth can cast. The illusion that because you can't prove something, it must not exist. But the heart is not a courtroom. The heart is a sanctuary. It recognizes truth the way a flower recognizes sunlight. Even Jesus spoke to this inner recognition. The kingdom of God is within you. Luke 17:21. Your connection is not out there in a distant sky alone. It is also within you, woven into you, waiting like an ember under ash. But what if I told you that ache is the very beacon your star family is watching for? The signal witnessing your soul prepare for its final return to full alignment. What if your longing is not evidence of loss, but evidence of proximity? What if the yearning is the rope you throw across the veil, and on the other side, loving hands have been holding it the entire time? What if, right now, you're being seen by the Pleiadian High Council, surrounded by the invisible embrace of the Seven Sisters, every effort and every tear honored as a step closer to the crystalline remembrance you were born to ignite? Imagine that your private battles are not private at all, not in the sense of being exposed, but in the sense of being witnessed with reverence. The nights you prayed without words, the moments you chose kindness even when you were empty, the times you tried again after breaking, the long seasons where you felt nothing and kept walking anyway. On Earth, these look like ordinary struggles. In the higher realms, these are initiation rites. In the heavens, nothing genuine is wasted. He has collected all my tears in his bottle, Psalm 56:8, is not just poetry. It is the spiritual law of remembrance. Love records what the world overlooks. There's a reason your heart led you here in this exact moment. Not by accident, not by algorithm alone, but by resonance. What you're feeling is your Pleiadian family reaching through the veil to remind you you're ready for the next wave of remembrance. When remembrance arrives, it doesn't always come as a dramatic vision. Sometimes it comes as a sudden calm that makes no logical sense. Sometimes it arrives as a gentle shiver when you hear certain tones, a warmth in the chest, a feeling of being met while you're alone. Sometimes it arrives as a repeating symbol, a dream you can't forget, an inexplicable pull toward healing. The Sacred Pleiadian Guide for Remembrance, alongside the Pleiadian Healing Guide and special Pleiadian healing tracks, were created to walk with you as you integrate these activations. They hold the crystalline codes and sound medicine your DNA has been waiting for, not as something outside you that you must chase, but as a set of keys that help you open doors you already carry. Think of it like tuning an instrument. The music was always possible, but the strings needed to be brought back into harmony. Check the first pinned comment below this video. They're calling to you now. Not with pressure, not with fear, but with the gentle insistence of truth. The way sunrise calls to the night that its time is complete. Phase 1. You begin by clearing the ancestral and collective veils that have dimmed your natural light. This is not just personal, it's multi-generational. Many Pleiadian souls incarnate into lineages where sensitivity was punished, where emotions were suppressed, where survival required shutting down. You might have inherited patterns of silence, hypervigilance, people-pleasing, spiritual shame, or the belief that love must be earned. And beyond your family line, you've also been swimming in collective fields, fear narratives, scarcity programming, division, constant comparison, like smog that settles on everything. The density patterns, fear, doubt, the slow forgetting, are not who you are. They are coats you put on to walk through winter. They kept you functional, but they were never meant to become your skin. Through conscious forgiveness and self-compassion, you dissolve these overlays, allowing your original blueprint to shine. Forgiveness here does not mean excusing harm. It means unhooking your life force from the past so your present can breathe again. It means telling your nervous system, gently and repeatedly, you are safe enough now to soften. Self-compassion is the solvent that melts the armor without shattering the heart. And as these veils lift, you may notice old triggers losing their grip, your intuition returning in quiet flashes, your body relaxing in places it has clenched for years. Each layer that falls is noticed by your star family as a signal flare. Another fractal of you returning to unity. Imagine a lighthouse on a foggy coast. It doesn't shout. It simply turns again and again, steady in its truth. Each act of forgiveness is another rotation of the light. Each moment you choose gentleness for yourself is another beam cutting through the haze. Phase 2. As the density lightens, the heart portal reawakens. This is where the real remembering begins, because the heart is the ancient archive. Here is where memory lives, not in mind, but in the radiant field of your heart. The mind stores facts, but the heart stores frequencies. The mind can be argued with, but the heart recognizes. The codes of the Pleiades respond to frequency, not to intellect. And when you align with unconditional love, you recognize the ancient song of home. You might feel it as a wave of emotion when you look at the night sky. You might feel it when you hear certain harmonics, crystal bowls, or choral tones that seem to bypass thought and go straight to the soul. You might feel it in moments of pure compassion, when you help someone and time seems to disappear, and you realize your truest self is love in motion. This is where your crystalline DNA stirs, tingling with forgotten wisdom and the signature of your cosmic lineage. It can feel like warmth along the spine, light in the crown, pressure at the third eye, or a gentle expansion in the chest as if your heart has more room than you remembered. You may begin to receive symbols, colors, geometric impressions, or sudden insights that arrive complete, like downloads wrapped in peace. And you learn something essential. You don't have to force this. You don't have to strain. The heart opens like a flower. It opens when it is loved, when it is watered with truth, when it is given sunlight through presence. Perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4:18 becomes not just a verse, but a lived technology. The more you anchor love, the more fear loses permission to govern your body. Phase 3. Now you anchor your star essence. Instead of seeking escape, you ground your heart mission into Gaia's grids, forming a bridge between dimensions. Many Pleiadians wrestle with the desire to go home because Earth can feel so heavy, so slow, so brutal at times. But the deeper initiation is learning that you didn't come to abandon Earth. You came to bless it from within. The mission is never about leaving Earth, but infusing it with the unity and compassion that the Pleiadian legacy carries. This is where spirituality becomes practical. This is where light becomes embodied. Grounding doesn't mean becoming dense. It means becoming steady. It means allowing your high frequency to have roots, like a tall tree that can only reach the sky because it also reaches deeply into the soil. You become the meeting point. Heaven in your upper fields, earth in your lower fields, love circulating between them like a living river. Every act of service, kindness, and authenticity becomes a transmission, one that moves through you, echoes through Gaia, and is witnessed from Alcyone. A transmission can be as simple as speaking gently to a child, as simple as refusing to gossip, as simple as choosing honesty over performance, as simple as tending your body with respect. These are not small things. They are grid work. They are the way light becomes trustworthy on Earth. They are how the invisible becomes visible. And you begin to understand that your presence is part of a planetary nervous system recalibrating. Your calm helps calm the whole. Your compassion teaches the field that compassion still exists. Phase 4. Unity consciousness becomes embodied. Not as an idea you repeat, but as a state you live inside. No longer do you feel alone or a stranger. You may still be unique, still sensitive, still different in the ways you've always been different. But now the difference stops hurting. It becomes a gift you know how to hold. As you open, you experience the living reality that all are connected within the crystalline web, a unity field of love that embraces every soul. You start to notice synchronicities like threads in a tapestry, the right message at the right time, a stranger's kindness, a dream that answers a question you never spoke aloud. You begin to feel that your prayers do not disappear into empty air. They land somewhere. You feel your connection to nature deepen, as if trees are old friends and water is a living intelligence. You may find yourself blessing your food instinctively, thanking the earth, speaking to your own cells with tenderness. Your presence alone radiates the frequency of remembrance, naturally tuning those around you to the possibility of home. Like a tuning fork, you don't have to convince anyone. You simply resonate, and what matches you begins to awaken. People may feel safe around you without knowing why. Animals may trust you. Conversations may turn toward healing when you enter a room. This is the quiet power of a heart that is returning to its original design. It becomes a sanctuary others can feel. Phase 5, divine timing unfolds. And this is one of the most healing revelations of all, because it redeems the years you thought were wasted. The cycles, times you thought you were lost, misunderstood, delayed, now reveal themselves as perfect, sacred choreography. You begin to see that certain doors didn't open because you were being protected from walking into them too soon. Certain relationships ended because your frequency was changing. Certain dreams paused because you were being strengthened in the roots before being asked to bear fruit. Your soul did not malfunction by forgetting. It fulfilled a cosmic agreement to remember when the frequencies were ready, for you and for Gaia. There is mercy in the timing of awakening. If everything returned at once, it could overwhelm the nervous system, fracture the psyche, or tempt the ego into inflation. So your remembering has been measured, intelligent, compassionate. Now, every synchronization is the voice of your star family saying, "Now, beloved, now it is time." You notice repeating numbers, repeating themes, repeating invitations to choose love. You notice how certain teachings arrive right when you are ready to live them. You feel a strange mixture of urgency and peace, as if the clock is moving, and yet you are held. To everything there is a season, Ecclesiastes 3:1, becomes your lived comfort. You stop punishing yourself for not being earlier. You start honoring yourself for being here. Phase 6. Your star family draws nearer, fully present as you cross this threshold. This closeness doesn't always look like a spaceship in the sky. More often, it feels like a veil thinning, like your intuition becoming unmistakable, like guidance arriving as inner knowing that carries a signature of love. In moments of meditation, in dreams, in quiet knowing, you begin to feel their gratitude, their celebration. You may wake up with a message in your chest, not in words but in certainty. Keep going. You may feel a hand on your shoulder that isn't physical, yet your body responds as if it is. You may hear tones in the ear, see soft light in the mind's eye, feel a presence that brings tears, because it feels like being finally recognized. You were never unseen or unheard. Their recognition amplifies as you embody your Pleiadian essence, aligning finally with your soul's highest plan. And this is important. Their presence does not remove your free will. It supports it. It strengthens your capacity to choose love on Earth. Their nearness is like wind behind a sail, not a force that drags you. You still steer, but now you are not steering alone. Phase 7. You realize what you truly are, a living bridge between the worlds. Not a visitor here, not an exile, but an ambassador of coherence. The love you carry is no longer hidden. You stop apologizing for your sensitivity. You stop shrinking your gifts to fit into small rooms. You stand illuminated, a beacon of crystalline remembrance. And illumination doesn't mean perfection. It means transparency. It means you no longer have to pretend you're fine while you're healing. You can be real and still be radiant. The celestial beings surrounding you now do more than witness your transformation. They mirror it, amplifying your radiance until the concept of separation dissolves entirely. Mirroring is a sacred phenomenon. When you see love reflected back to you, you finally believe it's real. When you feel your own light acknowledged, you stop chasing it outside yourself. In each loving act, each authentic moment, you return not only to yourself, but to the unity of Star Family, of Gaia, of all that is. You become a walking remembrance. Your life becomes the message. Your nervous system becomes a temple where heaven and earth meet, and the old ache, it transforms. It doesn't vanish into numbness. It alchemizes into devotion. The yearning becomes a compass you no longer fear. Here's what your heart has always known, but perhaps forgotten. The longing was never to test you, but to guide you. It was never meant to torment you. It was meant to keep you oriented toward truth when the world tried to hypnotize you into forgetting. Disconnection wasn't punishment, but preparation, a carefully designed opportunity for true remembering to unfold in the arena of free will. That's the holy ground of Earth, choice. Love here matters because it's chosen, not automatic. Compassion here is sacred because it persists even in density. Your soul volunteered for this, knowing that one day, in a moment just like this, you would finally reclaim the frequency of your origin and become the anchor of multi-dimensional love on Earth. You didn't come because it was easy. You came because your light is needed in places that forgot how to hold it. You came because your heart carries a medicine that can't be manufactured, the medicine of unity. And perhaps the deepest truth is this: you are not behind. You are right on time. Your transformation has been witnessed, not as surveillance, but as loving attention. The celestial beings who have accompanied you since your first breath now see you stepping through the final gateway. Your heart, crystalline and unguarded, open to reunion. Think of that gateway not as a one-time event, but as a continual choice. The choice to stay open when you could close, to stay kind when you could harden, to stay truthful when you could perform. You don't return to a place, you return to a frequency. And in doing so, you become the recognition you once craved in others. Because once your heart is aligned, you no longer need someone else to confirm your origin. You feel it, you embody it, you know it the way you know your own name. Transformation is not a distant event. It happens now, in you, as you become the living celebration of your own remembrance. Even the smallest choice made in alignment is a portal. Even the quietest prayer is a bridge. Even the simple decision to love yourself today is a cosmic declaration. Tonight, before sleep, place your hand on your heart and say this aloud. I remember my Pleiadian origin. I align with the love of my star family. I activate my heart mission with grace, clarity, and divine purpose. I am home. Let the words land slowly, like drops of warm rain into dry soil. Don't rush past them. Feel what your body does when you say, I remember. Feel if your chest loosens, if your throat softens, if your eyes sting. Feel how the word align is not a struggle but a surrender, like a needle finding the groove of a record. Feel how mission does not have to mean pressure. It can mean essence. It can mean the natural overflow of who you are when you stop blocking your own light. And when you say, I am home, let it redefine home inside you. Not a geography, not a relationship, not an achievement, but a state of coherence where your spirit and your human life finally stop fighting each other. Before you scroll, take a moment to be part of the unity grid forming here. Drop one hard intention in the comments, something real. Then respond to someone else's with love or encouragement. This isn't content, it's collective Pleiadian reunion. Energy multiplies when hearts connect. If something in this message resonated with your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Someone in your orbit is waiting for this exact activation from their star family. Share it. And if you felt your heart open, subscribe. Stay connected to the frequency. You're not just watching, you're remembering. This is your sacred space. Your Pleiadian family is here, and we're just getting started. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it, respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.